Now we've got all the data in, here comes the exciting part. I'm going to be building this dashboard with map charts in there. To build a dashboard, click on this report sheet. I'd like to start off building my dashboard by creating a slicer and tree map. They're both my filters in this dashboard. To build a slicer, click on this slicer icon from the visualization panel up here. And then you could either drag your field from the dataset into this field bucket here, or you can just click on it. In this case, I'm going to click on priority rating. And then I've got my first slicer created. I can click on this format button here to open up the property window for each visualization in Power BI. I'm going to click on the selection control, and then I'm going to turn on the select all function. And then I'm going to turn off this single select function here, so that will allow me to do this multiple selection. The next thing I'm going to do is just to change the orientation of the slicer from vertical to horizontal. And then I'm just going to drag it across just a little bit so you can see all the values in the slicer. Next, I'm going to build a tree map just to add a bit of variety to my selection here. Tree map is also a great visual for showing contribution to overall value across dimension. And to do that, click on the tree map icon from this visualization gallery again. I'd like to drag this case number in this values bucket. So that's essentially a measurement. Then I'd like to drag this impact into a group bucket. It's basically a dimension, and this details bucket here is your legend if you like. Next, I'm gonna build map charts. There are two types of map charts. One is the field map, one is the bubble map. Let's build a field map first. Click on the field map icon from the visualization gallery as usual. You can see a bunch of buckets here. The location is the most important one, obviously. It is where you tell the Bing map where your location is. Bing map is the map service Power BI uses. You can use country, city, state, etc. as your locations. The values bucket here is your measurement again. And you don't necessarily need to have longitude and latitude in your data set for your map chart, but if you think your location is not correctly plotted on your Power BI map chart, you could pull in the XY coordinates to correct that. In this case, I'm going to use state as my location, and then number of cases as my measurement. If I increase the size of the map a little bit, I wouldn't recommend using the legend field here for field map because essentially it's a color driven type of map. Obviously, the darker the color is, the more number of cases there are. So if I click on the format button again, I can change a few settings in the property window for the map. In this data colors menu, I'm gonna say the less the cases are, the more bluish the color is, and the more reddish. Okay, as you can see here. As you can see clearly, Victoria has way more cases than the other two states. Next thing I can change is to change the name of this map chart to a more user-friendly name. So I'm going to just say number of cases by state. Okay. You could zoom in and zoom out and move around as you normally would when using the Bing Map service. Next, I'm going to create a bubble map for the sites as a drill down. To do that, click on the normal map chart from the visualization gallery as usual. I'm going to use the number of cases, my measurement again. And then I'm going to use postcode to tell the map where my sites are. Notice that the map doesn't get updated. Let's head back to the data to see what's going on. Now the problem here is, in the last release, Power BI map chart actually recognized this 4-digit number as the postcode, as long as they are with the state code in the same record. But in this release, it doesn't anymore. To resolve this issue, I need to concatenate it field for the postal code. To do that, I'm going to click on this new column from the modeling ribbon. Then I'm going to say the value of it equals to state concatenated with the space. Excuse me, I missed this. And then concatenated with the value of postcode. Then I'm gonna change the field name to, press enter. That will give me the postcode in proper format. And then to be safe, I'm gonna change the data category of this field from uncategorized to postal code. So now if I head back to report sheet again, and then use the correct postcode field for the location by removing that, and then use the correct field we just built, that will give me the desired result that I wanted to see. Now if I click on the Victoria state from the field map, it will update this map here. As you can see, there are a lot of sites in the Victoria area. If I click on New South Wales, as you can see, there are 2 sites with different number of cases. Then I can have a bit of play around with this dashboard. If I click on this urgent cases, and then I notice that there are actually a few cases that have no user impacts that are marked as urgent. If I click on that, it shows me in which sites these cases have happened. I hope this video has been helpful to you somehow. Please also let me know if there's any other Power BI videos that you'd like to watch in the comment area below. Thanks for watching.